Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I gotta saw my favorite wood to hate. So it seems like maybe we're doing like an impromptu series of different types of woods here, as I've been sawing different stuff, throwing it on the mill. We've been talking about it, different videos in the past, and just kind of worked out that way. Well, I had another one today that you haven't seen before that I couldn't pass up filming. So I have a couple hickory logs here behind me on the mill ready to be sawed, and I'm going to show you what this stuff looks like. Hickory is one of my favorite woods, and it's one of my least favorite woods. Let me explain myself. It is beautiful. I think these logs in particular are going to open up really neat with a lot of rustic character. Really nice. I love it. I love the way it looks. I did furniture in my own house out of hickory. It is just a very unique wood that nothing else really compares to. The downside, it is extremely hard to work with. It takes super sharp tooling. Here at the sawmill, up in the shop, it saws hard, it planes hard. God help you if you got to use a router bit or something on it and put a profiled edge. It has a very tight interlocked grain that kind of twists and turns, I guess is the best way I can put it. And it's very stringy, very springy. That's why they use it for axe handles. It's excellent for that because it's so durable and tough. It won't split along the grain like a lot of woods will. So I really have a love-hate relationship with this. And on top of that, it dries terrible for all the same reasons. That grain just kind of doesn't know which way it's going as it's shrinking and drying. So we're going to see what we can do here. I have a pretty sharp blade on now. I might have to change blades because it's not uncommon to get some wavy lumber in hickory. So we're going to see how good a job we can do sawing this stuff. I think in the end I'm going to show you some pretty nice looking lumber, I hope, if these logs saw out the way I think they're going to saw. We'll just see what we get. This is part of a custom job I'm doing for a guy. This stuff is actually going to be stair treads and stair risers. I don't know if I would have agreed to that from the start. He kind of sprung it on me at the end. Doing a bunch of other work for him, some cherry paneling, some oak beams, stuff like that. And at the end here, in his last load of logs, he brought me these hickories and said, hey, I want those into stair parts. The logs were here, so I said, all right. He's got a lot more than he needs here, so I'm going to saw a lot more and hope for the best, and hopefully we can get him some good stuff. You know, I shouldn't say it always dries bad. I've sawed 20-inch wide hickory boards that dried dead flat, but then I've dried hickory boards that have basically turned to firewood. So that is a toss-up. It all, like everything with sawing, it kind of depends on the individual log, what kind of stress, you know, stuff like that. So I'm stalling here because I know this is going to be a fight. You know, compared to sawing pine or something like that, you got to slow way down. The boards are way heavier. You fight for it every step of the way. It's been a long time since I sawed hickory, actually. So enough stalling. Let's get the saw fired up and let's get through this stuff. little bit of a battle, but it got done. I threw some water on it so you guys could see it better. I mean, it speaks for itself. That's why I love hickory. Just beautiful. Look at all that character. The contrast, the color between the heartwood and the sapwood. You get all this stuff. People have different names for it. Bird peck, bark inclusion, whatever you want to call it. But you really only see it in hickory. At least in the woods around here, it's all you see it in. Just beautiful stuff. Was a little bit of a fight. It may not be the straightest lumber. It's not terrible, but it does have a little bit of a wiggle here. It actually sawed nice because it was a lot of sapwood. There's really, honestly, not as much of this heartwood as I would like to see. It's funny how you can kind of start to learn things about trees just by milling. I can tell you, and I don't know where this tree came from, I can tell you this was probably grown on the edge of a woods or a line fence or something like that, just because it is mostly sapwood with a real small heart for the size of tree it is. So, you know, you just pick up little things like that as you mill. You start to learn how trees grow, what to expect, what to see. So that actually helped with the sawing end, because in my opinion the sapwood saws a little bit easier on hickory than the heartwood. But for appearance wise, most people like that contrast, that mix of color in there. So it's a nice stack of wood. I didn't scale it yet. You can see this was a crotch piece here. You can see the crotch grain in there. That's probably going to end up getting cut off. But I left it mostly wide because it's going to be stair treads and risers. So depending on how it dries, I'll make one piece treads if it dries really nice. If it twists and turns, well, then I'll cut it and glue it together. But real nice stuff. I'm sure this is for a new home project that's not going on till fall, so this is going out to air dry. I'm sure when I get into that project, you'll be seeing this again in a couple months. Probably, I think we're shooting for September on that deal. Just because there's a lot of work there. It should be some pretty interesting work. So you'll probably be seeing this stack of wood again on the back end. And at that point, I'll probably be cursing it when I have to run it through the planer and we have tear out and all kinds of problems. But there's way more than enough there to make some stair treads and risers. So we got some room to work. It's I guess another one in our impromptu series of wood species. So now you maybe know a little bit more about hickory. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you later.